Hey guys, back with another video. I'm kind of tired, so if I'm not talking very loud, then I'm sorry. But we're gonna be talking about this major moderate risk of severe weather today. We're predicting the derecho. They actually just issued a severe thunderstorm. I'll talk about all this later. I'm gonna show the day one categorical outlook first. So I'm gonna get a big pen out. You know what? I'll just keep since I'll just show the severe thunderstorms and like the stuff on here, and then I'm gonna go to piv. I don't even know how to say it. I just call it pivotal. It's not even that, but I just want to do this because it just looks better. It just looks better on pivotal weather because you can see it much better in Midwest U.S. That's what I'll do because that shows the whole entire risk, all the way from Wisconsin down to whatever. So today there's a moderate risk of severe weather. So circle. This is the marginal risk right here. So anybody that's in the moderate risk, take your precautions. It's not a very high risk of severe weather, but still you want to take your precautions just in case. I mean, Kansas City is right there, really close to the slight, right there in the marginal. I know there are probably many. If I go back to here, I'm just gonna use the Storm Prediction Center for areas. Kansas City, Tulsa, Madison, Overland Park, and Rockford are all areas in the marginal. Those are the big cities. I know rain waves. Oh my god, rain waves. Feel bad for rain waves. I mean, I know he likes bad weather. I mean, I don't. It's never a good thing, but I know he likes weather and storms. But uh, you're right here. It's right here. You're like right in this area, and it's just right there. You're very close to it, so I'll just say you're in it slight basically because you're so close to it. Um, so this is a slight risk right here. Some big cities in the slight risk are Minneapolis, St. Paul, Bloomington, Plymouth, and St. Joseph. Now for the enhanced risk. So big enhanced risk. This is when it gets really crazy. You know what? I'm gonna switch this to a different color because it just doesn't really look great on this with all the yellow being combined. So this is the enhanced risk in there. Iowa, very bad for you. um, Lincoln, Nebraska, Cedar, if Iowa people, I don't know how to say Iowa to Iowa cities. So just don't be mean to me because I'm not good at it. Just correct me if you're from Iowa. Lincoln, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Sioux City, Iowa, Eagan, Minnesota, and Eau Claire, Wisconsin. I don't even know if it's Eau Claire either. And then, um, now for the moderate risk. That's when it really gets crazy. Omaha, Nebraska, Des Moines, Rochester, Waterloo, and Council Bluffs are the biggest areas in the marginal, marginal, in the moderate. So, now for the tornado threats. The tornado threat is basically focused into this general area. You see, there's a 2% tornado threat. So if you're in the 2%, there's a low threat for tornadoes, but it's still there. So you just be careful. I mean, it could happen. And then the 5% is it really gets bad. Keep your eye for tornadoes. It's not extremely high, but keep an eye for it if you're in the 5%. Now for the 10%. If you're in this area, then be careful. Know that you have a threat for tornadoes, but know that just because you have a threat for tornadoes doesn't mean it's going to happen. But you always have to take your precautions just in case it happens. Now for the hatch. This is the area that has the threat for a strong tornado. Because actually, right now, I'm gonna go to the models, and then I'm gonna go to HRRR. Um, very warm temperatures. It's kind of crazy. Um, just very warm temperatures. I'll just keep showing. This is where the storms really blow up. Look at that. Cold weather coming in after that. Whoa, just look at that. This is basically, if you want to know where the line is coming from, this is about the line. This is where the line is, about at this point. And then there, and then there, and then there, and then that's where it really starts flinging through. So look, that's the line right there. Mainly worst in this area. Look how cold. 29 degrees after the storms come by. That's how crazy. There's all the way warm temperatures from warmer than average temperatures. Actually, I'll just move it. Um, Warmer than average temperatures all the way through here. It's crazy. Rain waves in your area, 53 degrees. Pretty crazy for you. You're near record high temperatures, rain waves. 53 isn't very warm, but for you, it's going to be pretty warm. And 53 is record high, almost near record high temperatures in your area for today. So just have a nice day and with your little warmer temperatures. So yeah. And then now I'm going to go to severe weather and significant tornado parameter. That's why there is that threat for a strong tornado. Right there. See that? Right there. Right there. That's why. It's not extremely high on the significant tornado parameter, but it's there. And there's that area that could get a strong tornado in this area mainly. Don't worry about down here. Just not as really high. I mean, it does show it, but it's just don't really worry about it much. This is the main and even some significant tornado parameters heading over into here. Right there, you can see. Okay, and that's what really is pretty bad by this time. I mean, look at that. You could get a significant tornado right here. So yeah. We go back to the forecast. SBC Outlook. Okay, tornado. So yeah, in those areas, now the main threat we're gonna show is the wind. This is why this is why they issued a moderate risk. So there's a 5% risk for wind for this area, general vicinity right here. There's a 15% risk for winds right here. So everywhere in this, be careful. You have a start for winds, and if you're in anywhere in the yellow, that yellow or above, it gets pretty crazy. So, I mean, there's a start for 75 to 100 mile per hour winds today from this bad probably derecho that comes through, and it's already producing 80 mile per hour winds. Now to the 15. Okay, anywhere in that, be careful. Now to this hatched. Anywhere in this hatched risk for winds. You gotta be careful for that risk for strong 70 mile per hour above winds. Be careful if you guys have you might even, if you're living like a mobile home or not really good built home, you need to take shelter even if you have like 80 mile per hour winds on it, most likely. Even if you have a good home, I mean, just take shelter. 90 mile per hour winds on it, take shelter. It's bad. So just keep all your if you have items outside, keep them inside. They're just gonna fling away. So yeah. Now to 30%. That's when it really gets crazy. Be careful. Now to the purple, 45%. This is where it really gets crazy. This is the worst threat for winds in there. Be careful and know that you have a threat for 75 to 100 mile per hour winds possible. If you want to list it, look right here. Gus. 60 to 70 mile per hour winds are widespread, like most of them will be. Embedded gusts of 75 to 100 mile per hour, and a strong tornado or two is possible. So now we're gonna go to now we've talked about all of that. Now we're gonna go tornado watch. Look at that line. It is crazy. If you tornado watch anywhere, if you're in this area, you have that threat for tornadoes. Omaha, Lincoln, Concordia, Des Moines. I can't see what that is. I just can't see it. Fort Dodge, Spencer, all of those areas are in the threat for tornadoes. Tornadoes high. So high. The active plus tornadoes moderate. The main threat, severe wind. Now anywhere in that, be careful. Now we're gonna talk about this. Now they just issued a severe thunderstorm watch in these areas because of this little line right here. The tornado threat is very low in this area, but they issued this severe thunderstorm watch because of moderate risk for severe wind. And big areas are Kansas City, St. Joseph, Emporia, Topeka, Manhattan's not in it. So yeah, just those areas. So yeah. If you're in that area, just scour damaging winds to 70 mile per hour possible. So be careful if you're in that area. This will be heading to Kansas City a little later, but I mean, these are really fast moving storms, so that's why it's very dangerous. This is going to be a long video because there's a ton to talk about. That's all I'm going to say. And then Thunderstorm Outlook. This is the area of thunderstorms. 70% right here. Very bad. I'm actually going to make it smaller. 70% right there. This is the risk for thunderstorms. And then if we go to this, which is like the nighttime threat, there's 10% all through this area right here, and then 40% down here for thunderstorms. This is the thunderstorm threat, remember. And then 40% of thunderstorms right here too. So rain waves is in the 40% right here for nighttime. Maybe not my time, maybe evening. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I've said a lot. Now I'm gonna go to this. So yeah, this is temperature outlook. This is the 6 to 10 day. So if you could be up here in these areas and have like very above average temperatures, but it's just like not going to be like that for every day through the 6 to 10 day period. So yeah. It's pretty much most of the things I've talked about. Now I'm going to go to this. Gosh, this is not good. Whoa, what is that? What even is that? Snow squall warning. A dangerous snow squall was located here. Extremely poor visibility and heavy snow. I never see those. So if you're in that area, be careful for snow squall. You have a snow squall warning. Hey, oh my gosh. So yeah, if you're in ooh. So I'm gonna talk about the Missouri threat. Kansas, Sand City, Missouri threat. Kansas, Missouri. So you've got these severe thunderstorms right here, 70 mile per hour winds. Severe thunderstorms right here, 80 mile per hour winds. Destructive right here. Very dangerous. If you look, very destructive winds. Just very bad winds through here. I mean, And then now we're gonna so yeah, that's just very bad. Oh wait, why am I on that? Okay. So then these tornado warnings. Manhattan, you're about to be in the tornado warning. Be careful and take shelter when you get in this tornado warning. You could get a tornado warning. So it's tornado warning upstairs if your thumb's incapable of producing a tornado. Tornado warning up here if your thumb's incapable of producing a tornado. So radar indicated rotation. Not tornado on the ground, but radar indicated rotation. 80-mile-per-hour winds here, so destructive. Very dangerous. Now I'm gonna go to velocity and show you guys where this velocity is at. So you can see anywhere in between here is where you have the velocity scans of little of a tornado threat through here. Um so yeah, and then we got the winds are back here, see? Very bad winds. Only 84-mile-per-hour right there. Very bad winds through this line. It's just very dangerous. Um so yeah, look, 70-mile-per-hour winds. Look, 90, 100, basically 100. Um, there's what's this right there? Blowing dust, such sand. Jeez, that's how crazy the wind threat is. But yeah, and then you can see this area has more of the I think the tornado threat's a little higher in here so far, but you know it could strengthen up here. But if you're in any of these areas, be careful. These will be I'm gonna do them about. So if they're basically heading east. So if I'd tell you guys the time that these storms will head to Kansas City, they might not be as strong as Kansas City, but you still gotta be careful. Um, do oh, what to do that? Wait. So if I do this, the tornado warning is probably not going to be there by Kansas City, obviously, but so 113.8 miles away from Kansas City. So that will be in a little while when it heads to Kansas City. So yeah, I'm gonna do the next scan. Ooh, maybe a little bit of hail back there. See, is a little bit right there. Oh, this is just crazy event. I'm gonna talk about this area now. I'm gonna use this one. Oh my gosh! And there's like tons of hail. Actually, like look at all that hail on the board. There's quite a bit of hail. The hail threat's low, but it's there. I mean, look at this wind threat. 80-mile-per-hour winds, destructive storms. Tornadoes possible. So Omaha, you're about to get in that threat for 80-mile-per-hour winds. So be careful if you're in Omaha. Um, anywhere in Omaha. So I'm gonna actually look. There's also some hail, but look at all that is crazy. 80-mile-per-hour winds there. Look, 60, 70. It's just crazy. Look right here in West Point. 70, 80. That's where the tornado threat is. I'll talk about that later. But so now we're gonna do how many miles away is this from Omaha? So about if it's this one's heading a little more north. So I'll just do path like that. 31.9 miles per hour away from the storm. So yeah. About 39 miles away from the storm. So these storms are fast moving, so it'll be here really fast. So even if it's 30 miles away, it's gonna be here very fast. They just issued one right there. 80-mile-per-hour winds, tornado possible. So now we're gonna talk about these tornado warnings. So we got Pilger, Nebraska. Huh, that area had those tornadoes a while ago. I remember that. Alright, now we're gonna show. If you're in any of these areas, take shelter now. So, I think, look, that's some very bad winds there, but, look, it's hard to tell where it's at. I mean, there's a lot of different velocity areas on here that's showing. I just can't tell the main one. And then, yeah, same here. But Sac City is going to be impacted by 70-mile-per-hour winds soon. So be careful if you're there. I'm going to use this one. So if you're in Sac City, it's basically now moving north if you're up here. So I'll do the scan from basically right here. So tornadoes could head to your area, so just be careful for that. 40 miles away, basically. Actually, I'll do the front of it. So basically, at the front of it, it's about 30 miles away. So it's gonna be here pretty soon. So yeah, it's a pretty bad threat. Manhattan, your area just got issued out of the tornado warning, so you're good there. But there's a wind threat. Yep, wind damage, bad. It's just gonna be everywhere. There's just gonna be tons of that. So, yeah. I think we basically talked about everything here, guys. I'm going to end this video here, and hope you guys liked it, and bye, guys. It's a very long video. I'm very sorry for the long video. One of my longest videos I've had yet. Sorry.